Hi guys, how's it going? It's Sam here and welcome back to my YouTube channel. Today I have an awesome video. This video is for you guys who are relatively new to your sales journey. Perhaps you're trying to get your first few clients, or perhaps you are a few steps ahead and you just haven't quite managed to figure out a way to crack sales. Today I'm showing you the one graph that honestly changed my life, and it really changed how I approach marketing, lead generation and sales. And I actually would go as far as saying this is the one graph or chart or diagram, whatever you want to call it, you have to understand when it comes to nailing sales and lead generation for your business. Now we're going to get straight into it. Now before we do, I just want to let you guys know that I have a free 5-day course on the agency fundamentals. We cover basics, offers, lead gen and sales, and you can get that for free in my school group by clicking the link down below. If you like that, you can also join the paid school community where you can get direct access to me multiple times per week, as well as extensive course content on top of that. And before we get into it, I want to say most of you guys watching this, in fact I think 60 or 70% of you guys aren't subscribed. So all I ask, if you watch this and you get at least the smallest piece of value which helps your business, then give me a subscribe. It's much appreciated, and drop a like. And as always, leave a comment. Let me know what you guys want to see next. I want to make as much content for you guys as I possibly can. So without further ado, let's get straight into the video. Hi guys, how's it going? It's Sam here and welcome to another video. Today I have a really cool concept that I want to share with you guys, and essentially the one graph that really changed my perspective when it comes to sales. And we're going to be going through this graph today, and we share my screen on my iPad and kind of walking you through the steps, but I'm also going to help you to understand how to utilize this graph and how to actually apply it to your business when it comes to sales, and acquiring more sales, acquiring more clients, how to kind of gear your marketing and lead generation around this graph. Now, I discovered this graph about 5-6 years ago from a book called Breakthrough Advertising by a guy named Eugene Schwartz. Back in the day, this book was really hard to get a hold of, actually. There was like limited copies, and I think we paid like £250 to get a copy of this book, but it's widely known as like one of the greatest advertising books ever written. I don't know if it's the same now. If you can probably get yourself, I think online you can get PDF versions of this book, so you can download your own copy, and I highly recommend it. But we're going to share my screen. I'm going to kind of go through this book and how it impacted my life and my business, and helped me to essentially go on and sell millions of dollars worth of clients and products, not just for myself, but also for my clients, and help me understand how to sell client products better, whether you're selling for e-commerce, whether you're doing lead generation, whether you're a website design company. It doesn't really make a difference. This book and the lessons I took from this book is going to be hugely beneficial for you and your business. So we're going to get straight into it. So this is the graph, and it's called the 5 levels of awareness, or I usually call this the 5 levels of customer sophistication. Okay, and I like to do it in this kind of downward facing, like almost like triangle, right? And the reason I like to do that is because it helps you to understand the amount of users that are within each one of these segments. Now there's the above one here, this one, which is essentially the overview of what each of these segments means. So level 5 would be unaware, which is this one here. Level 4 would be problem aware. Level 3 would be solution aware, and level 2 would be your solution aware, and level 1 would be most aware. So we put those in here. Is level 5 unaware. Level 4 is problem aware. Sorry, not the best handwriting. Level 3 is solution aware. Oh. And then level 1 is, level 2. So level 3 is solution aware. Level 2 is your solution aware. And then level 1 is most aware, which is where the dollar sign is. This is where you guys make money. And the goal with your marketing and your sales is to get people from level 1 unaware, so level 5 unaware, down to level 1 where they're ready and waiting to buy your product. And your advertising has to differ depending on where your user's at. I think one of the biggest problems I see people doing, when it comes to trying to sell their online product, is that they treat everybody as though they were here. Okay, as they treat everybody as though they were solution aware and effectively ready to buy their product. And it comes to blasting case studies to them. It comes to, talking about the benefits and features of their product, and talking about what they can do better than the competition, and all of this kind of stuff. And that works okay. And the best comparison I can kind of give you guys is to think of this stuff here as like sort of social and this stuff here, so level 2 to 1, as more sort of like, I guess you would call it like inbound. So inbound means people coming to you, and that doesn't have to be organic calls, it doesn't have to be website inquiries, or sometimes it is. I also mean things like Google advertising, where you're intercepting traffic from people who are actively searching for the product or the problem, right? So people go into Google and if we take, for example, web design company, right? It might be a e-commerce company looking for a new website design or a new product page. They would go to Google and search product page web design company, for example, and then that's where you intercept that traffic. Okay, and that's the reason why clicks, like Google Ads clicks, like for these kinds of products, if you look at like law firms and like personal injury law and stuff like that, the cost per click is like crazy high. You can pay up to $1,000 a click. That's because the intent is so much higher down these ends, right? And that's where that traffic is. It's inbound traffic. It's people that are effectively ready and waiting to purchase from somebody, and that's where you do need to be, advertising your benefits. What separates you from the competition? If we look at these two things here, this is kind of teaching you how to treat this audience. We've got solution aware, reinforce and expands the benefits of your product. Okay, so that's what we're talking about, what you can do better, what you do differently, why you maybe we talked previously about offers and stuff like that. Your offer, if your offer is slightly better than the competitor's offer, then that's kind of at that point where you would start to leverage those kinds of guarantees and offers and pitch the product in a more specific way. Also talking about testimonials, customer reviews, like comparing their situation to somebody else and kind of using that to close a deal is effectively objection handling at this point, right? And in most aware is effectively they're over the line, you just got to do something, give them some sort of offer to get them kind of closed and sold. That is effectively how you would treat people who are like what we call level 1, which is most aware. But everybody tries to treat all of this category, so levels 5 through to 1, as the same thing. They try and pump them with case studies, try and pump them with offers and sales tactics and stuff like that to get them over the line. When actually the best way to do this is with levels 5 through to 3 is effectively through content and through giving away value for free. And that value for free doesn't have to be YouTube content or Instagram content, although I do recommend it. It could also be lead magnets, and it could be, your sales strategies and how you engage and talk to those users over the phone. We're going to walk through these step by step before we kind of get into how I would approach this type of marketing here. So number 5, we've got unaware. Now, unaware is somebody who is, and I'm going to use an example of a avatar. Okay, I'm going to draw a little stick man as our avatar here. Okay, and this guy's name is Bob. Okay. Now, for argument's sake, we're going to say that Bob owns a salon. Okay, Bob owns a salon. Salon for women, let's say, okay, or a beauty clinic, whatever you want to call it. Obviously, you would do your own research on your own product or customer avatar. And we've also got over here, we've got Steve. Steve also owns a salon, right? Steve might own a salon in a different part of the country or maybe the same area, who knows? But they've both inquired with your business, or they're both, let's call them, they're both prospects to your business. Now, if we do look at level 5 to 1, we've got unaware. That means they're unaware of the product, they're unaware of the problem that they have, and they effectively don't know that they've got a problem. So Bob might have a business where he's relied on foot traffic for many years. He's had the same customers for 10 years. He wants to grow the business, but he's kind of unaware that he's even got a marketing problem. He's never thought about it. He's never thought about advertising. He's never thought about buying Google Ads. He's never thought about buying banners or buying newspaper adverts or even opening an Instagram app, let alone starting an Instagram channel for his business, for example. So Bob would be up here, which would be unaware. Now, Steve has a successful salon. He's got multiple, employees working underneath him. He has an Instagram account with thousands of followers. He's got an email database of newsletter. He's used agencies in the past or service providers in the past to help him, and maybe he's got some that he's currently working with. That would mean that Steve would be kind of between 3 and 2. And once you introduce your product and he finds out about you, he then becomes your solution aware. But before that, he is effectively solution aware. Okay. That means he's aware of the problem. And he's also aware of the solutions that are out there. And obviously, it's your job as a business owner to navigate and understand what problems you solve for your target customer. Okay. And if you're selling, for example, website design for salons, for example, if Steve's website is lacking conversions and it's missing a bunch of key features that you think can help, then effectively he has, and he's inquired, or he's interested in inquiring, he's solution aware, and he's ready to kind of be pitched. And so he would kind of move straight to this kind of section here, and where we'd call an inbound lead, and we would deal with him like an inbound lead. We don't have to spend hours and hours educating him in his problems. But Bob isn't aware of these problems that he's got. He isn't bothered by his, situation. Like he's not going to respond well to you telling him how amazing your web design company is and this, that, and the other. He's not even aware that he wants a website. So Bob, the way he needs to be approached is to first make him aware of the problem he has. Just having a conversation, understanding first if he has desire to change what his situation is, i.e. he's doing 10,000 a month. Does he want to grow the business? If the business has capacity to double or triple in size, does he want that? Is he aware that business is able to do that? Is he aware that there are solutions out there that would solve that specific problem? So it's making him aware of the problem, and then it's also making him aware of the solutions or available solutions to him. Once you've done that in a way that he understands, it's then a case of moving him through the journey. And the reason I'm talking about this is the cost of getting somebody from here to here is very expensive. Whereas the cost of getting somebody from here to here is very cheap, because buying ads on Facebook for lead opt-ins or for engagement or for video views or posting content on Instagram, which is free, it doesn't cost you much. And once you get somebody from here to here, they effectively trust you the most, because you're the one that helped them understand their problem. You helped them understand the solutions that are available on the market. You even potentially gave them free help and advice to help them kind of get to that next step and help them understand it. It's effectively, that customer is effectively yours. So when it comes to advertising, sure, you can buy expensive leads through Google Ads, or you can go onto websites where you can bid for jobs or stuff like this, and that makes perfect sense. But if you're looking for a way, you're new, and you're looking for a way to really build out a long-term marketing approach and long-term marketing success and do it in a way that's affordable, you need to learn to advertise to these people. And the way you do that is by helping them understand their problems and creating content or sales, solutions or sales strategies, let's say, that first answer the questions that they don't have. First, help them understand the problems that they don't really realize that they have. The first thing you need to do is help them understand that they have a problem. So Bob, it might be 3 ways to grow your clinic. It could be, no website, here's 3 strategies to get started with a website. How to launch a website in 3 hours. Things like this that are really simple. How to launch an Instagram account for beginners. Things like this, right? It's just throwing up things out of thin air, out of nowhere. But that stuff isn't going to resonate with Steve necessarily, but it will resonate with Bob. And Bob will take that, he'll gain value, and it might take him a month, it might take him 2 months. But once he gets to that position where he's like, okay, I understand there's solutions out there. I understand that I need to take advantage of these solutions. This guy helped me with this information. I'm going to go to him and I'm going to choose him to help me build it out. And so that is the essentially the system. And if you guys want to go and buy the book Breakthrough Advertising, you can do that. I will try and find a PDF version and leave it underneath this video as well. But that is the essentially the solution. And I think the best thing you can do as a beginner to this whole ideology is to write a list of different target demographics. And I think kind of treat your pipeline the same way. So like have your pipeline, drawn up in terms of you can do it in the same way as this. Have your target demographics and putting them into these categories and understanding what type of content is going to help move them through this journey gradually, as opposed to always trying to go after these people at the bottom here that are kind of already talking to 5 other people who offer the same product as you. I think that's the biggest problem people make with marketing, is they don't take these ones seriously enough. They just focus on these. So it's a bit of a mess now on my iPad. But anyway, I hope you found that useful, and I just wanted to share this with you guys today. Hi guys, thanks so much for watching that. I really hope you enjoyed the video. That is a small snippet from my bigger course, which you guys can get access to inside of my school group, which I'll leave links to down below. I've got a free group where you've got a basic 5-day course, which is free, and you also get access to Q&A with me, and I've also got a paid one when you get direct access to me on group coaching calls, which I will also leave a link to down below. If you haven't subscribed already, make sure you do. We've got loads of amazing content coming up, as well as like practical insights, and for actually following me along as I build and grow businesses. I'm posting multiple times a week over the next few months, so make sure that you subscribe to get access to that and hit the notification bell, because that way you get a little notification on YouTube letting you know when I post, so you don't miss out on any content that's coming out on this channel. But otherwise, thanks so much for watching, and I'll see you guys in the next one.